Despite Liam Lawson's awesome performance in Singapore, AlphaTauri have reportedly decided to retain the services of both Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo for the 2024 season. This news comes as a shocker to many, as Liam Lawson has undoubtedly been the best driver on the grid for AlphaTauri this season. AlphaTauri has experienced a tumultuous season, cycling through 4 drivers. Red Bull has made it clear that they no longer view the team as a testing ground for drivers. The team's management is determined to transform AlphaTauri into a truly competitive outfit, especially with the prospect of Hugo Boss potentially becoming their main sponsor in the upcoming season. However, among all these negatives, there has been a shining light, and that is none other than the young Kiwi, Liam Lawson. Amidst these challenges, Lawson, the promising talent, has been a beacon of hope. He stepped into Daniel Ricciardo's seat on short notice when the Australian suffered a hand injury at Zandvoort. Lawson made the most of this unexpected opportunity to showcase his skills brilliantly. In Q2 of the Singapore qualifying, the 21-year-old dropped jaws as he finished ahead of Max Verstappen. In the main race, he became the 350th driver to score points in Formula 1 as he finished 9th at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, scoring his team's best results this year in only his 3rd start for AlphaTauri. Lawson finished 1 place higher than he started and ran as high as 8th at one stage in the race. The rookie put smiles on the face of the AlphaTauri management as he secured 2 points for the team, giving them their best results in over 12 months. So why is AlphaTauri still keeping Sonoda and Ricardo on board? Yuki Tsunoda has unquestionably been the team's most significant driver this season. He's delivered crucial points and had some solid performances in races like Australia, Azerbaijan, and Belgium. While his overall performance hasn't been extraordinary, when you're driving for AlphaTauri, even a single point carries a lot of weight. On the other hand, Daniel Ricciardo has been sidelined for 3 races due to a broken hand since the Dutch Grand Prix. He's expected to return in Qatar, but truth be told, Ricciardo hasn't exactly set the world on fire with his performances. Oddly enough, his absence has been somewhat of a blessing in disguise for AlphaTauri, because Liam Lawson stepped into his seat and outperformed him. Despite all this, reports suggest that both Sonoda and Ricardo are here to stay with the team for the 2024 season, and Sonoda's deal is apparently set to be announced at his home race this weekend in Suzuka. The decision is indeed surprising, but it does make some sense when you consider the significant changes AlphaTauri is gearing up for in the upcoming season. With a new name and potentially a new sponsor, the team is looking to project a more competitive and respected image, rather than remaining in the shadow of Red Bull. These changes are likely to bring about substantial improvements, and in such a transitional phase, having experienced drivers like Sonoda and Ricardo could be seen as a stabilizing factor. When you're making such a big leap in terms of transformation, relying on a rookie can be a substantial risk. However, it's a bit puzzling given AlphaTauri's history, formerly known as Toro Rosso, where they've often placed young drivers from the Red Bull program into their seats. Considering this tradition, it does raise questions about why Ricardo would take precedence over Lawson. It seems somewhat contradictory to their usual approach. But then maybe this is one of the big changes it's set to make to their driver lineup philosophy. So what's next for Liam Lawson? His outstanding performance in Singapore turned heads not just within his own team but among rivals as well. Former F1 driver Karun Chandhok has voiced the idea that Williams should seriously consider Liam Lawson for a drive alongside Alex Albon next year. Chandhok stated, "If I were Williams, I would definitely be looking at Liam Lawson. You've got to have the conversation, haven't you? Because, you know, Albon has outperformed Sargeant every time and scored all the points for Williams so far. If you're Williams, you should explore the possibility, and Liam Lawson has certainly put himself on the market in a remarkable way." However, Williams' team boss James Vowles has expressed support for Sargeant, indicating that he would retain his seat until next year. But with Lawson in such fine form, some argue that it would be unwise, perhaps even foolish, to pass up the opportunity to sign him. Sargeant, despite his potential, needs to deliver in the remaining races to make a compelling case. As for Liam Lawson himself, he appears uncertain about his future, preferring to take it step by step. He said, "I have no idea, honestly. It's tricky to secure a full-time seat in this sport. Rather than focusing on external factors, I'm just concentrating on every session, trying to maximize my performance each time I'm in the car." The upcoming announcement by AlphaTauri in Suzuka carries significant weight. as it will shape the future of several drivers. The extension of Sonoda and Ricardo has put to rest any rumours about Sergio Perez's Red Bull seat being in jeopardy, although that scenario seemed unlikely given Christian Horner's statements. This announcement also closes the door on a return to the grid for Mick Schumacher, who's been seeking a seat since leaving Haas last season. The announcement is expected to provide insights into how next season will take shape. As for Liam Lawson, his approach seems wise. Focus on earning more points and finishing races impressively. If Lawson can maintain his exceptional form, he's likely to receive enticing offers, not just from Williams and AlphaTauri. The decision to sideline Liam Lawson and retain Daniel Ricciardo for the 2024 season is certainly a topic of debate. Lawson's exceptional performance in Singapore has undoubtedly raised questions about whether AlphaTauri is making a wise choice. Singapore was a race filled with emotions, bringing joy to AlphaTauri and disappointment to others, as Carlos Sainz of Ferrari claimed victory, interrupting Red Bull and Max Verstappen's pursuit of an undefeated season. The question of whether Liam Lawson deserves an AlphaTauri seat ahead of Daniel Ricciardo is one that's bound to spark discussions among fans and experts. It ultimately comes down to the team's strategy, future goals, and their assessment of each driver's potential. What are your thoughts? Which driver should be in the AlphaTauri seats in 2024? Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section below. Before we sign off, remember to show your support by liking and subscribing to our channel to stay up to date on the latest F1 news. Until next time, goodbye.